Okay, so yeah, the question of, are there seasons where your involvement in serving at the church may be less? Now, let me define what that means. When I say serving in the church, I'm usually meaning by some organizational way, like you're doing children's ministry, you're a small group leader, you're volunteering at the coffee, whatever, there's all kinds of different ways. In our ministry, you're serving at the thrift store, so the money that comes in goes to help those in our food room, right? There's different ways you serve in the church. But I don't think there's ever a time when you should be outside of the more organic sorts of relational service things. Relationship is super key. It helps keep you strong, and it helps others through you. God works through people in your life. So whereas, like, there have been times where my wife didn't work in children's ministry, she didn't work in a variety of different places, ladies' night out, she just didn't do all that. And it was because there was a time where she's taking care of her dad who's dying of cancer, or her mom who's going through those kinds of things. And so during those times, we always have hosted, at least she was a host at our house. So she'd have our house for our life group. There are times where she didn't even do that. We moved that off of our house, and now we go. But even her attendance at that may be determined based on what's going on with her mom. So then that led to personal relationships outside the groups, phone calls, texting, going to coffee when you could. You never step back from relationship. You may have to change the way it looks. Organically you serve, where you can help somebody, give them some money because you see them that they need something, or make a meal if you can. But you have to balance your life around those relationships you have at home when that becomes the focus. And then I'm still involved in church, but relationally, and I'm a part of service. I mean, maybe I don't do anything of it. I'm an usher on Sunday morning passing out communion. I'm finding a way to serve, but the service is dependent upon what's happening in the balance of my life. So there's a lot of nuance to that, but we're always a part of the church. We have some shut-ins, right? That right now they're dealing with a sickness. All they can do is watch online. And maybe they're even not able to be around a lot of people because they get sick. That's when you intentionally start FaceTiming. You start talking to people on the phone. You let them know. You stay in relationship because the devil wants to isolate you. I just want to encourage you that when you're serving the Lord by serving others, it actually feeds you. Jesus said, when the disciples and the woman at the well, they said, hey, give him some food. And he said, I have food that you know nothing about. My food is to do the will of my Father. You actually are blessed when you serve, but there are times where you are really serving your mom because she's sick, or your dad. That's serving the Lord because you're taking care of your family. And there are times where that happens. And that takes more of your time than you're able to give consistently at the church. So I hope that kind of answers it.